Hi, my name is Megan Neal, and this is how God changed my life. Before I came to ccaMA, I was in a very dark place. I lacked self-confidence, and I never believed in God. And basically, one of my friends was very religious, and she told me to go in the Bible and look at Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 8. And I didn't understand at first because I didn't think anything of it. I didn't know what was the purpose of it. And it was about depression. And once I read it, my heart was in pain because it made me think that there's someone there for me. And this God person, if he says who he really is, then maybe he can help me find the light. When I got kicked out of my old school for not living in school district, I was upset because I didn't have anywhere to go. I wouldn't make friends or anything. But when I got into ccaMA and we had our first chapel, I felt a presence, I guess you could say. And I just pictured myself in a very dark place, and I saw a light. And when I went into that light, it's like I found my true self, and I believe 100% more of God. And before I knew it, I knew I was religious. I knew I was a Christian. And this God had just completely changed my life. I wasn't capable of standing up for myself or confidence or having hope or anything. But the second I started reading the Bible and just listening to the gospel, it completely opened up my eyes, and it's just amazing how God could change like anyone's life, and that it is possible.
I'm Giambrone, and I will tell you a time about where I really felt God there for me. About a year and a half ago, I didn't really feel like I had many people. I didn't have many friends around. I didn't really have anyone to relate to or talk to about stuff. And there was just this day where I just decided to take the time and really consider what all God stands for and what all He's done for me. And like after that day, about two or 3 weeks after we went to summer camp, I sat there with the church. I took it serious though. I listened to every word that was said. I really studied into it and just kind of saw really what God was there for. All through my life, I've gone to church. I've always heard what God has done for us, but I guess I never had that true connection. And after that, after summer camp, I spent every day, I would read God's word and I would spend time in prayer. And the weeks after that, and weeks leading up until all the way to now, I could see God's effect on my life. We started school back after the summer, and I felt my prayers being answered. I could see God in my life, His applications, everything He did for me. Like anything I'd ask Him for, my prayers are answered. He's always been there for me. And just knowing this and seeing that God's always there for me, any struggle I face, I turn to Him, and I could see within a month, 2 months, 3 months, even sometimes it'll be a year or two, He still comes through and He still answers. And this is really just a time where I've seen God do this last year and a half, and that's really the effect I've seen with Him. That's my time to share with what God's done for me.